Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System. And I'm glad to have you here. Each and every week, I do these lives and I call them Auto Shop Success. I do them in 15 minutes or less, and I do them for a couple of reasons. The first reason I do this is because most auto shop owners that I meet, that I talk to, whether I'm at an event or clients are on a discovery call, it doesn't matter. I hear the same thing all the time. They are so consumed with the day to day that they don't have time to look at their business from that 30,000-foot view. And this gives you an opportunity to do that each and every week in a short period of time. I call this, right, working on the business, not necessarily in the business. And it's a good thing to do. The second reason I do this is I give you one action item each and every week. I find that a lot of shop owners, there is no lack of effort for sure. They are doing a lot. In fact, they are doing too many things. And when you think about success and speed, the enemy of speed is doing more and adding more to your plate. So we actually want to give you action items that'll help you take things off your plate. So you're actually doing less, not more. So you can listen to me, you can listen to someone else, read a book, a presentation. My advice is take notes and actually implement some of the things that you put down. Pick one thing and actually implement, because that's where the magic happens, in the doing. And that's where you'll see the results and you'll see them quicker. So if you find this valuable, please share it with another shop owner that you know. I find that this is a very, very giving group, very supportive group of people. So let's get started. This week, what your stress is trying to tell you, right? We all face it. What is your stress trying to tell you? Again, share this with someone, whether you're live or you're on the replay. It's really good to have you here. So welcome to Auto Shop Success. Over the last month, I've talked about leadership signals in my emails and on my lives each and every week. Discuss signals that your business sends, the signals your culture sends, and the signals your team sends through behavior. Today, what I want to talk about is the signal that we most often overlook, right? Ourselves. Because we're so caught up. Everyone is so caught up in the day to day. So many owners assume stress is just part of ownership. It's part of business. I hear that kind of stuff all the time. They believe worrying, it just comes with the territory. It's part of it. And while some stress is normal, I think it's worth asking a different question. What if stress is information? I love to give people different perspectives, because the way we look at things, the things that we believe every day, it shows up in our behavior. So when we start looking at things a little bit differently, we start behaving differently. Really important. So stress is information. Most owners try to manage stress or push through the stress. Can anybody relate to that? If you want to put that in the comments or the chat. But stress often points to something that deserves our attention. It's a sign, it's a signal. Maybe we're carrying responsibilities that no longer belong to us. That's why a lot of owners are consumed with doing it all. Maybe we're worried because expectations aren't clear. They're clear to us, but have we made them clear to everyone else? Maybe we're replaying conversations because something remains unresolved. Have you ever left work and then came home and still replayed things in your head? Or find out that you're doing something with your family and you say, yeah, I'm physically here, I'm part of it. It could be, a kid's sports game or a family function or whatever, but your family will say, hey, where are you? You're here, but you're not present. You're looking at your phone or you're checking your email. It happens, right? That's what we're talking about here. So instead of trying to eliminate stress immediately, strong leaders become curious about it. You'll hear me say that all the time, right? Put that I'm curious hat on. Kids have that. And as adults, we lose it. So put that hat on. Caring and carrying are different. There's a difference between caring about the business and carrying the business. A lot of owners will tell me that they care, and caring is healthy, but carrying everything isn't. Let that sink in for a minute. Can anyone relate to that? It makes a big difference. When you can mentally leave work, that's one thing. But when you can't mentally leave work, when you're constantly replaying those conversations or worrying about things that haven't even happened yet, your mind may be telling you that something needs attention. Not because you're weak, not because you're failing, but because leadership signals show up internally as well. So what we're talking about here is what you need to pay attention to. Pay attention to what occupies your mind. Let me know in the chat if this is resonating with you. Think about what you find yourself thinking about when you're away from the shop. Where does your mind go? Is it customers, cash flow, a team member? Is it the same issue over and over again? Put it in the chat. Those thoughts often reveal where clarity, confidence, and support may be missing. Our minds tend to focus on what we believe still depends on us. It's that feeling, that worry, that concern. Did I drop the ball? Was there something that I missed? So I want to share with you one question. And this is a question that I want you to consider this week. Why am I still carrying this? Not why am I stressed, but why do I believe that this still belongs to me? Succession. Okay. Thank you, Phil. Yes, that's something that people are constantly thinking about, even when you leave work. It's something that's always on your mind. And what are all the moving pieces? What has to be done for that to actually happen? Yes, I get that one. It's real. So when we start asking, why am I still carrying this instead of why am I stressed? This happens. What's happening is awareness creates options, and options create change. So now that we're aware of it and we're diving a little bit deeper, take 5 minutes this week. This is your action item for the week. 5 minutes and write down 3 things that you think about most when you're away from the shop. And they could all be related, or they could be different things. Then ask yourself, what might this be trying to tell me? Because you may discover that the stress isn't actually the problem. It's a signal. And you're going to get to the root cause of what really is going on. Just like working on a vehicle, right? If you're not a pro, if those people that are out there that aren't pros, they're just kind of slapping things together. But a pro gets to the root cause of the problem. Same thing here. It's not always the obvious. Getting to the root cause is really the way to do this. So leadership signals are everywhere. Your business is talking to you, your culture is talking to you, your team is talking to you. And sometimes your own thoughts are talking to you. The question isn't whether signals exist, they're there. The question is whether we're paying attention. So, very, very important. And that is your pro thinking tip for this week. Leadership signals are everywhere, right? The question is whether we're paying attention to them. And it's important to do that. Well, thanks, Phil, for joining in. I appreciate that. So if you are working through a challenge and you'd like some outside perspective, I am happy to schedule a complimentary clarity call with you. No pitch, nothing like that. It's just an opportunity to get a different perspective. I'd be happy to talk through it with you. So that is it for Auto Shop Success this week. I'm glad that you were here. And if you're not live and you watch this on the replay, again, thank you for being here. If you find it valuable, please share it with another shop owner that you think it would help. Thanks, Phil. I'm glad that you were here. Have an enjoyable week.